Imagine waking up one morning, opening your phone, checking your crypto account, and realizing that almost everything is gone. Thousands of dollars, maybe even your life savings, vanished overnight. No warning, no second chance, just loss. Now you might be thinking, that only happens to careless people, right? Only beginners make huge mistakes in crypto. But what if I told you that even smart investors, educated people, and experienced traders have lost millions because of one single Bitcoin mistake? And here's the scary part. Millions of people are still making that exact same mistake today. Welcome to Crypto Legends, the place where we uncover the biggest crypto stories, investing mistakes, hidden truths, and financial lessons that nobody tells you. Today we're diving into one of the most dangerous mistakes in Bitcoin history. A mistake so powerful that it has destroyed fortunes, ruined dreams, and forced countless investors to quit crypto forever. But before we begin, I want you to imagine something. Imagine it's late at night. You're scrolling through social media, and suddenly, you see people talking about Bitcoin everywhere. One person says they made $10,000. Another says they turned a tiny investment into life-changing money. Your favorite influencer says, "This is the future." Your friends are talking about crypto. News channels are talking about Bitcoin. Even random people online seem to be getting rich. And then, a thought enters your mind. What if I'm too late? What if everyone becomes rich except me? What if this is my only chance? And just like that, without research, without understanding risk, without any real plan, people jump in. They invest emotionally. They buy at the wrong time. And sometimes, they lose everything. But here's the truth nobody talks about. Bitcoin itself is not the real danger. The real danger is human psychology, fear, greed, impatience, emotional decisions. These four things have destroyed more crypto investors than any market crash ever could. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the exact Bitcoin mistake that trapped millions of people, how it works, why smart people still fall into it, and most importantly, how you can avoid becoming the next victim. Because trust me, after hearing this story, you will never look at crypto investing the same way again. But first, to truly understand this mistake, we need to go back to the moment Bitcoin started changing lives. Because what happened next shocked the entire financial world. Before we talk about the biggest Bitcoin mistake, we first need to understand why so many people fall into the trap. Because this story has happened again, and again, and again. Let's go back for a moment. When Bitcoin first appeared, most people laughed at it. They called it fake money, a scam, a joke, something that would disappear in a few months. But then, something unexpected happened. Bitcoin started rising. A few dollars turned into hundreds, hundreds turned into thousands. And suddenly, people who once ignored crypto started paying attention. Then came the headlines. Teenager becomes millionaire from Bitcoin. Investor turns small savings into massive fortune. Crypto market explodes. And this is where the danger begins. Because humans hate missing opportunities. In psychology, this is called FOMO, the fear of missing out. And FOMO has destroyed millions of investors. Here's how it usually happens. Someone sees Bitcoin going up. Maybe the price jumps 20%, then 50%, then 100%. And suddenly, everyone starts talking about it. Your friends, social media, news channels, even people who know nothing about finance. And your brain starts saying, what if this is my chance? What if I miss the next big thing? What if I stay poor while everyone else gets rich? And that emotion, fear of being left behind, makes people forget logic. They stop researching. They stop thinking. They stop asking important questions. And instead, they invest emotionally. This is the biggest Bitcoin mistake. Buying emotionally. Not strategically. Emotionally. Most beginners don't buy Bitcoin when prices are low. They buy when excitement is at its highest, when everyone is screaming, "Bitcoin is going to the moon!" When social media becomes crazy, when influencers suddenly act like experts, when people start posting screenshots of profits. That's when beginners rush in. But here's the problem. By the time everybody is excited, the smart money is often already preparing to leave. And then, something brutal happens. The market crashes, fast, violently, without warning. Maybe Bitcoin drops 20%, maybe 40%, sometimes even more. And suddenly, the same people who bought with excitement start feeling panic. They open their apps every 5 minutes. They stop sleeping. They regret everything. And then, they make mistake number 2. They panic sell. They sell at the worst possible moment. Fear takes control. And just like that, a temporary loss becomes permanent. Think about this carefully. Many people don't lose money because Bitcoin failed. They lose money because emotions controlled their decisions. And here's something shocking. Some of the biggest losses in crypto history happened because investors simply couldn't control fear and greed. There were people who bought Bitcoin near the top, watched prices crash, sold everything in fear, and then, months later, Bitcoin recovered and reached new highs. Imagine that feeling. You sold everything. You accepted the loss, and then you watched the market rise without you. That pain, for many investors, was worse than losing money. But wait, this story gets even crazier, because emotional buying is only the beginning. The next mistake has destroyed entire life savings, and almost nobody sees it coming. But if you think emotional buying and panic selling are the biggest dangers in crypto, think again. Because there's another mistake, one that has quietly destroyed millions of dollars and ruined countless investors. And that mistake is following the crowd. Let me explain. When people enter crypto for the first time, most of them don't actually know what they're doing. They don't understand market cycles. They don't understand risk. And many don't even understand what Bitcoin really is. So what do? They follow hype. They follow random influencers. They trust strangers online. They buy coins simply because somebody said, "This coin will make you rich." And for a moment, it feels exciting. The price starts going up. People feel smart. They think, "I finally figured it out. This is easy. Money is simple." But then, reality arrives. The market turns. The hype disappears. The influencers go silent. And suddenly, the same people who promised easy money are nowhere to be found. And the investor? They're left holding losses, confused, angry, regretful, wondering, how did this happen? But here's the truth. Crypto was never designed to make emotional people rich. It rewards patience, discipline, knowledge, and risk management. The biggest Bitcoin mistake was never Bitcoin itself. It was treating investing like gambling, wanting fast money, following hype, making emotional decisions, trying to get rich overnight. And history keeps repeating itself. Every single market cycle. New people enter, new excitement begins, new dreams are created. And sadly, the same painful mistakes happen again. But now, you know better. You understand the trap. You understand why millions lost money. And most importantly, you understand how to avoid becoming one of them. So before you invest in anything, ask yourself one question. Am I making this decision with logic or emotion? Because that one answer could save you thousands of dollars and maybe years of regret. If you enjoyed this story and want more powerful crypto stories, hidden investing lessons, and financial truths nobody talks about, subscribe to Crypto Legends, because the next mistake we uncover might be the one that changes the way you think about money forever. Thanks for watching, and remember, in crypto, the biggest investment is knowledge.